Well, good day, my friends. It's your old pal, Jordan the Lion. How are you all doing today? I hope you said great. If you've seen a lot of my videos, you know that I have this really cool friend named Doc Martin who collects sports memorabilia, Hollywood memorabilia, serial killer, true crime. I mean, he just collects a lot of stuff. And every once in a while, he gives me a call and says, hey, come over, I got more for you to film. So today, we are going to see a lot. We're going to see some of Prince's stuff, Marilyn Monroe, some of the costumes from Forrest Gump, the birdcage. I think you'll be shocked. It's going to be a great day. Daze with Jordan the Lion and you all. It begins right now. All right, we are back with one of my favorite collectors, Doc Marty. And Doc, you have, every time I come here, you have something that blows my mind, but you kind of toured me around a little bit and you had about a bunch of things that I couldn't believe that you've gotten since I've been here, and you haven't even lost anything. You didn't trade anything away. This is all new stuff that you've added. So start us off. Tell us what you've gotten since I was last here and what you've been up to.
So Jordan, I collect anything that makes me happy, anything that brings back memories of childhood and that type of stuff, and just some stuff that I find also when I have like little private events or gatherings that people really, really enjoy. And one of them is this Prince jacket. Prince wore this jacket in the early 90s. It's a phenomenal piece, and you have the markings here. The NPG, the New Power Generation.
Yeah,
that type of stuff.
that is so cool. There's the eyes down there.
Yep.
You got the eye.
This is just something beautiful and unique. I actually bought this into one of my offices and showed them, and they were all trying it on. I actually bought into a couple of them. They were trying it on, and they're like, wow, wow, wow. So that's the type of stuff that, you know, people love Prince's music. Now, one thing I don't know if you knew, Prince was a big fan of Sly Stone.
Yeah,
and I'm going to show you a Sly Stone piece later on, but he actually had albums out of his personal collection where he marked up everyday people and that type of stuff. It was all marked down there. Yeah, so those things have hit the auction block. Some of Prince's stuff was going hot years ago. It's kind of settled down a little bit, but Prince is definitely, if you're a fan of the 80s like I was, it's just a phenomenal piece.
And since he was a small guy, one of the characteristics about this I noticed right away is he had to make the jacket long. That was kind of a usual thing that he would do. Yeah. And I love also coming here, Marty, because you kind of have this thing that you've told me before. You're like, hey, if you want to try it on and it's here, go ahead. Like, they're pretty much all your stuff. I mean, I don't, but I think that's really cool that you let people try on things like something that Prince would have had custom made, because as probably most Prince fans know, he hired someone to make all of his stuff, and that was just someone that's their only job, was to work for Prince and design Prince's clothes. Yeah. So that is truly a one-of-a-kind piece.
It's really, really neat. Really, really great addition to the collection. And Jordan, if you swing around here now, Prince was he was very thin. So this is another one of his outfits. You have just a piece. I have to get like a child mannequin and put this on, but you can see kind of the sequin and this like fancy design. This was something he would wear out to appearances or just kind of walking around. Very, very cool piece.
Yeah. What else do you have in here? I noticed there's a picture of Marilyn Monroe. You don't happen to actually have Marilyn's stuff, do you?
So I do. I have one piece of Marilyn's, and Marilyn's stuff is hard to get, but this is a shawl that she wore with the original MM. She had a hairstylist who had a lot of her stuff, basically. So there's the MM, there's the initials, and so basically a hairstylist, they would give some stuff, some items, some clothes, and this was one of them. So it's funny, I let my wife wear this out one night, and nobody believed it was actually Marilyn. So I bought my wife out one night to an event, and I said,
"That is crazy."
And she was like, my wife's very private. She doesn't want to do these videos. But long story short, whoever put this on, and of course I told.
Weren't you afraid that maybe something to get spilled on it, or just, I mean, anything? I mean, you know what, I can't imagine it was a cheap purchase.
It wasn't, but it was one of those things where it made her happy, and I was like,
once in a lifetime thing.
And I threw it on for one night only, and this was a nice, like, kind of a private event, private restaurant. It was
yeah.
So I let her throw this on. Very, very, very neat piece. But we took care of it. Nothing was spilled on it, Jordan. Thank God. Yeah. So it was good. But she also was very careful with wearing it, and it was just a really neat honor. Jordan, over here, this is a piece by jacket that was worn by Raquel Welch. Same thing. Raquel gifted some of this to a hairstylist as well. So this will come up sometimes, but it's a beautiful little jacket that was worn basically, and just a cool piece. So I kind of put Raquel and Marilyn together on this display. So we'll keep these together like this, and really the monogram of Marilyn is really what makes it happen.
What are the pieces on the other sides of it?
So, Jordan, these are some items that were worn by Jennifer Lopez. My wife, I'll say it on camera, she's a Latina, very Latina. So Jennifer Lopez and Shakira and that whole...
Yeah, she loves them.
Yeah, she loves that type of stuff. So, if you can get something like this. And Jordan, the other thing too is really...
Kind of probably helps her allow to... for you to keep this whole collection when you're collecting stuff she likes as well.
Yeah, she puts up with a lot, and we have some arguments about where she's like, I can't walk in here, I can't walk there, so we kind of work things out.
But at the same rate, then you also have Marilyn Monroe's stuff in here to look at too. So
we make it work out. She puts up with a lot, but this is a nice piece. And Jordan, when you can, you got to try to photo match this. This was an item that this dress came. She was with it looks like A-Rod in that picture. That's a pretty cool piece. Yeah. So if you can, you always try to photo match the items. So this was a legit collector. I got some of these items for. Now again, there's probably tons and tons of Jennifer Lopez stuff, but I have to say I probably did this to make the wife happy. So, and it is
nice.
True. Happy wife, happy life. Because when she's mad, getting a Latina mad, it's a problem. So Jordan, this is a beautiful Prince piece, a nice sequin shirt that he would wear.
Wow, you have a third Prince outfit?
Yeah, really, really nice sequin outfit here. This is something that Prince would wear. Again, if you notice, shirt's a little longer than what it would be.
Yeah.
Okay. And then this is a really cool piece. This is a J-Lo outfit that was actually photo matched. If you go down to in our way, if you go to Sugar Shack over in the Foxwoods area in Connecticut, you'll see a store called Sugar Shack. You actually will see this. And I believe the Jenners or Kardashians, they're the owner of that restaurant or that chain. So you see pictures of J-Lo in this actual dress at the restaurant. Really,
okay.
The Sugar Shack. So it's really cool. So that's an awesome piece, photo matched, and that's a beautiful Prince outfit with a nice sequin with the longer structure, like you said prior.
Yeah, and right there on the sleeves as well. That's very cool, man. I love that. Not really a costume piece, but is that really, it says Muhammad Ali original art. Is that really Muhammad Ali's art?
Correct, Jordan. That is Muhammad Ali's art. It came from a great
To Big Red, it says.
Yeah, and it was amazing. He's drawing things about the when we invaded Afghanistan, we were dropping bombs on Afghanistan looking for Osama bin Laden. That was him. He was not pleased about that, but he was drawing basically, it kind of looks like childhood art, but it's him in some point in the 1990s.
Right, yeah, he had Parkinson's, so...
Yeah, you had that date up there. So really, really neat Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, you don't see that often.
You just never see it. It's really, see his signatures and stuff out there and some of his boxing memorabilia, but to get an actual piece like that, I think is very unique.
I'll tell you what's even more unique. You told me a crazy story about this Journey thing that you have in the corner. I've never heard this story, and it blows my mind, so we got to talk about it.
Yeah, so Jordan, basically, this is a really cool piece. This is a banner that was basically formed the Journey albums from that point forward. So it's a really cool piece. So this actual design would become later on their symbol. Yeah, so this basically formed. This was potentially used at the Cow Palace before they became big, and this entire design formed towards the band. By the way, it was signed by the band as well, by Steve Perry, by the other members.
Yeah,
of the group.
Neil Sean down here in the bottom. That's great.
Yeah.
Wow, that is cool. Very, very, and it looks so hand done. Somebody must have done this.
Yeah. Hand
paints or the old big marker paints. That's great, dude.
It was a 1970s piece, but that's a really cool piece of rock and roll history for sure, and a piece of Journey history. And
what Jordan, about this piece laying down here?
Jordan, I'm a huge, I can't say the word huge enough, John Lennon fan and the Beatles. It's just my inspiration, and this is something really neat. I do collect some John Lennon autographs and the Beatles autographs, but those are out there. They're not uncommon to find. But this is something really neat. And you find a John Lennon to-do list, probably written in 1980, probably months before he passed away, if not weeks before he passed away. This is really cool. It has some water damage, but he's talking about installing TVs in the Sean's room and other things that are personal. And you have to remember that these guys
to rig a TV in Sean's bedroom. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, he's talking about picking up Brooks Brothers shirts, I believe. I haven't looked at this in a little while, but picking up Brooks Brothers shirts. So it's just really cool to look at the human side of the, you know, these guys are, they're huge stars, and we idolize them. And the Beatles, I mean, who's not? So
they had to shop Beatles,
too. They had to shop too. They had to do home stuff as well. So this is John Lennon, you know, obviously in around that 1980 era at the Dakota, working on things. So just really a cool piece of, I feel, rock and roll history. This is one of the pieces that when I have a little private event, this gets a lot of attention with the with my female friends. This is the actual dress from the Scarlet Letter. This is worn by Demi Moore. A beautiful dress.
That is really cool. That's one of the things that we haven't really shown yet. You have a pretty amazing movie screen-worn collection that we're going to get to show people starting now, which I love. This is just the beginning of it, which the dress itself is awesome. I mean, the style and everything of it, very nice. It looks like it came from the Planet Hollywood auction.
Yeah, this probably was from that. They had a really good one a couple years back, 2 or 3 years back.
Now we just lost Gene Hackman, and I always laugh when I come here because you have one of the most unique Gene Hackman pieces you could probably have.
I do. This is so. My dad actually loves this movie, The Birdcage, and there's actually a little restaurant I think on South Beach, still in Miami. That's kind of featured after the.
I've been there, yeah.
I mean, this was a classic from the 1990s with Robin Williams, Nathan Lane, and this is Gene Hackman's escape dress from the actual outfit. So it's a really really cool piece.
That is such a funny movie.
Yeah. And I believe this was actually from that same auction. And cool too, it came with the actual shoes as well. So you got the actual Gene
Which that's a part of the movie when he's walking all crazy and everything.
Yeah, that actually came with the shoes.
That's awesome, man. That is such a cool
set.
Piece.
Yeah.
Especially with him passing in the bizarre way he did. It's kind of a
really weird way that he passed, for sure. Yeah,
even more of a unique piece now to have.
Yeah, he did live late. I think he lived to his mid-90s, I believe, something like that.
Yeah.
But again, just a cool piece of movie history here. And
he was such a great actor. I always was amazed how good he could do comedy like this and Royal Tenenbaums.
Yeah.
Such great movies.
Yeah, beautiful piece.
You actually have something else from The Birdcage, don't you?
Oh, I do. Let's follow me over. My dad was a huge fan of this movie, Birdcage. He watched the VHS tapes numerous times. He'd have us watch it all the time. He loved comedy movies. So this was Nathan Lane's outfit when he goes shopping, and he does the little, ooh, ah, that type of stuff when he's out shopping and, gallivanting around the town. So this is just a really cool piece. So
you have everything, the pants and...
Yep.
Now you just have to get something of Robin Williams from the movie,
Yep, and that's a little tougher. There was a couple things out there, but again, I really like Nathan Lane's character in this movie, and there was, it was pretty interesting for its time. And,
I know it is such a funny movie.
Yeah,
now
very cool piece. Again, this was for my dad. He really liked this movie a lot.
That can't really be from the original Batman over there.
So that's a Robin tunic that was used at some point in the series. The actual complete set of those basically is Mission Impossible to find. There's a Batman and Robin set. I think it sold for several $100,000 in an auction. But that is a Robin tunic used in that series.
Oh my gosh!
So it's a beautiful piece. I actually like the character Robin a little more than I do Batman. I think that Robin's like the little guy who becomes a hero. And that's really cool. And so that's just a really nice piece of '60s TV history to have right there. So I really enjoyed that Robin character.
Now check this out, Marty. You even have stuff from Bohemian Rhapsody.
So Jordan, this movie blew me away. I have so many people. I actually had people who cried watching this. I had friends over one time. They watched the movie. They cried. But this is the costume. This was first off a promotional costume used by Rami Malek when he was out doing scenes. But this was also part of his costume was used in the party scene. When he was we invited the other members of Queen over, and he was sitting around, and he was very intoxicated and on drugs, and they really thought he was being arrogant. So he said, "I declare by royal decree, you drink and you party," whatever the exact words were, I don't know, but from that scene. But that's a really beautiful piece to have.
Yeah, it sure is. You have everything, all the way down to the red patent leather.
Yeah, and again,
pants.
What props on Rami Malek for acting in this movie? I mean, talk about transforming into Freddie Mercury. I mean, he did.
Yeah.
It's an incredible piece. Those are his shoes. incredible stuff. But what a job he did. And then Jordan, this cape goes way out here. I mean, this is like a, you know.
Oh yeah! Wow! Yeah, they really went the full nine to make that.
Yeah, this was a really cool piece. So they really wanted to portray him. And by the way, this was actually made by. The costumes and the outfits were made by Queen's Clothes Design, the original one. So when they did this movie, they got the original clothes maker, the costume maker to work on
recreate them. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
What's the piece that's right beside it?
So this is just a Jim Carrey movie called The Majestic. It didn't do too well in the box office, but I like that piece. I thought it's gorgeous. I like little unique pieces like that.
Yeah.
That's from an early 2000s movie with Jim Carrey. Beautiful piece also.
Now, shall we wow people by showing them what you have up on your wall?
That is the original outfit from Forrest Gump. And I got it beautifully framed and hung up there. And that is an amazing Forrest Gump military outfit. That was actually when he was doing the ping pong scenes. And you could see the little scenes. If you look in the frames closely, you could see him with the ping pong paddles when he came also back home. And
you have the paddles in there as well.
Yep, those are very cool. The paddles are not original to the movie, but they were just added in as a prop effect.
Oh, okay.
They did a nice job, but very, very neat piece. And what's interesting, if you look close to the way they did it, they made it like an entire ping pong table with the entire...
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Really that's unique.
Yep.
Now, right across from it, you have another blockbuster movie.
Yeah, this is a really hard piece to get, a really iconic movie from the 80s. This was Richard Gere's white military outfit from Officer and a Gentleman, a complete set. And Jordan, when you try to collect, if you can collect complete sets, this is what you really ideally want to do. But it has the shoes, the hat, and the actual outfit. Really a beautiful piece. That was an iconic movie from the 80s. It really accelerated Richard Gere's career.
That's incredible. Now, you actually have some other Forrest Gump stuff, don't you?
We sure do. This, to me, is the holy grail of movie memorabilia, of collecting, especially particularly for the Forrest Gump movie. I reunited these two pieces after, some 35 years now, whatever it's been, since the 90s. And actually, I want to make sure I say that right. Actually, Jordan, I believe it's probably 1993-ish. So we're talking about, it's been over 30 years that these pieces that were separated. So I had this uniform prior, and there's more than one of these that were made. I've seen 3 of these or so come up on the auction block. This is one of the 3 that I've seen come up, and it's really beautifully authenticated. You could see this is Tom Hanks wore this scene, and this is obviously on the Washington Monument scene when he did the military, the Vietnam.
Speech.
The speech, yeah.
And he jumps in the water with Jenny.
Correct, and then this is Jenny's outfit. This is one of one. I've never seen another one of these come up at all ever. So I really, really, really wanted to get this outfit and reunite it with Forrest. And the thing is, when I go to Washington, D.C., I went this year with my family. I hear people walking on the Washington Mall. They're saying, Jenny Forrest, Jenny Forrest. So this is just cool to have these pieces united. I think, and if the Smithsonian were interested, I would have no problem putting these on loan. I think this is something worthy of that. You put something in the Smithsonian or even at the Washington Monument itself.
That'd be really cool.
This is when areas like when Rocky transformed into real life. So that's now Rocky, or Forrest and Jenny Gump. They become a part of the movie. Culture becomes part of American history. And
Absolutely.
American
to a lot of kids that saw that movie, that was the first thing that got them interested in maybe that part of history that they didn't obviously live through.
Correct.
So.
It's just an iconic 2 pieces to have. It really meant the world to me to reunite these.
And like you said, there's probably, it wouldn't surprise me if there were 3 other costumes, because if you think about that scene, he's jumping in the water, so they're going to need to do retakes. So they're going to need dry costumes. They're going to need one they can get wet. They may even need one for a stand-in.
Correct. And when you look at the hatting heights here, Joe, we can do on that. You can see number 3. So I believe I've seen only 2 others come off of this. So I believe they just use different outfits for it takes. But the fact that we have one of the 3 and original with Jenny is just, to me, it's an iconic piece. This meant the world to me to actually reunite these, and I'm such a fan of this movie. I mean, we see this movie replayed all the time on cable TV, all the time it's streamed again and again.
Yeah. Robert Zemeckis made a masterpiece with this one.
And I mean, Robin Wright, what great acting, and obviously Tom Hanks.
Gary Sinise, Sally Field. It's just a great cast,
a great movie about American history, American culture. Kind of combining movie or TV history with my Macho Man memorabilia,
which is also TV history.
That's for sure. So Randy used this on the Arsenio Hall show, and this was when he said the famous, "I'm too hot to handle, too cold to hold."
to handle and too cold to hold. I think you might be right, but Donald Trump's going through the same thing I am. Yeah.
Speech on the Arsenio Hall show.
Yeah,
so
he was great on that show.
Yeah. It's certified there.
Oh, you have a photo also of that appearance.
If you can get the photos, these are really,
yeah.
really cool.
Let me show this. Because if you can find that online, which I know you can. This is a really funny appearance. Randy really shined when he was on these kind of shows because he put more of his kind of laid back personality on the show, and it wasn't quite the we got the lighter side of the Macho Man, let's say that.
Right. But Jordan, this is an iconic piece. This is an original Greatest American Hero outfit.
Gosh, he was tiny.
And that's the thing, I wanted to mention that I had to find a really skinny mannequin for him, and it wasn't easy to do. So I found the mannequin, original belt, the original shoes, and what's cool is when you look in the shoes, you'll see William Catt, who was the actor that played him. You can see it in the shoes here.
Oh yeah,
the shoes are beat up, and this is not in terrible shape. Some of it, the belt's a little beat up, but the actual outfit's it's better. You can see some wear on this.
And
area.
he had to have had, how many of these because of how many shows and how many times they could have possibly ripped. And I'm sure there were
I'm going
4 or 5 at least. I would guess.
I'm going to guess yes, but it's hard to say. We never know for sure because people now make reproductions of these. So it's really hard to say. But this came from a very reputable auction, and I was able to acquire it. But to me, the stuff that is stemmed off from the Greatest American Hero with the George Seinfeld answering machine, you got the Family Guy episodes. I mean, you have. Believe it or not.
Believe it or not, George is not here.
I mean, the stuff that stemmed off of this is just incredible. So this became a part of our, if you were in the 1980s era, I watched this probably.
He almost ran me over.
10, 12-year-old kid, yeah.
I was at the Hollywood show one day, walking down the hallway with Adam the Woo, and a door comes flying open, and a guy comes out and almost knocks me over and goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And I go, No worries. And Adam goes, "You know who just knocked you over? The Greatest American Hero." And it was him. Yeah, it was William Catt.
That's him in the outfit. It's a signed photograph of him, certified signed.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah. So it was just
forget how small people were until I see this.
Jordan, I'm probably no more than I'm 5'9", so I'm going to guess he was my size, but he's probably a good 30 pounds less than I am. So
wow.
Really
cool collections from your childhood.
Yeah, but I mean, he was not a big guy. But William Catt, if you were out there, I would love for you to know that I have this. If anybody has a way to get to William Catt, I know there's big fans of that show. I think there's even some Facebook groups, the Greatest American Hero group and that type of stuff. I would love for it to be known that I have this. It is safe. I would love for you to sign this somewhere. So if there's a way to reach out, if one of your fans
William Catt, leave a message in my comment section.
If somebody knows William and we're able to get this reunited or have him take a picture with it, I would love to do it because first off, I want to know. I think I've seen videos of him talking about how this outfit didn't fit him too well. It was all over the place. But I'd love to see if he can still get back into it all these years.
Okay. So this piece over here, the military costume that says blue on there, is Bubba. Bubba from Forrest Gump. How cool is that? And then right next to it is GI Jane. So that would be Demi Moore's. And then just to the end, this was Charlie Sheen's from Platoon. This is Taylor up there.
This is Michael Hutchin. I'm a huge INXS fan. I mean, amazing songs. New Sensation. We could go on.
I Need You Tonight.
I mean, Devil Inside. There's just so many songs. Never Tear Us Apart.
Yeah, looks like you got a signed photo in there.
Yep, that's a signed photo from the full band. Those are not impossible to get. Those are out there. But what is impossible to get is him writing his own autobiography in his own writing.
Is that what this is?
Incredible stuff.
Born in Sydney, 19... Oh my gosh, it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, yeah. Dude. It's all bullet points of how he's going to write his autobiography.
Yeah, that's amazing stuff.
Parents divorced and has cyst up a factory. Wow.
Yeah,
that is really fascinating.
So it goes from 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. So we can go. You can pan across.
Yeah,
3. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah.
At the very, very bottom, it says a lead singer is sort of crept up on me, and tab, same time. I'm not. What does that say? Somebody decipher that for me because it's
lead singer is sort of crept up on me and not at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So he in this autobiography, he doubts himself a little bit. There's some doubt about himself. He's not overly confident, and he's kind of surprised how his life and his career kind of turned out. So it's interesting. He's got some self-doubt. Now, his death was a little bit controversial. They ruled it by some type of suicide.
Yeah, he took his own life, yeah.
In a sexual sort of way, some type of sexual gratification.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't believe that either.
That. Yep, there was some doubt about that. But so long story short, I mean, either way, what a great talent, a part of our childhood.
I've been to his grave in Sydney, and I've been to his grave in Los Angeles. They put ashes in both places, so
absolutely amazing.
We paid our respects to Michael in many ways.
Jordan, I just wanted to say, I know you and Kate are getting married. I send my congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And I'm going to tell you, I'm a big fan of your work. When I come home, I remember Hulk Hogan telling Rick from the Pawn Stars how much he enjoyed watching Pawn Stars. You're kind of like my show now. I come home, I was
cool, man.
So rather than go and put the cable on and all those channels, A&E channel, History Channel, I will come home and put YouTube on. I'm like, what does Jordan put out next? So when I'm doing my work or I need some relaxation at the end of the day, I put your show on. I'm a big fan of your show, and that's why I enjoy having you back. And
very cool, man. Thank you.
But I've noticed something from your podcast and your videos, your vlogs. I noticed something that you do. And you are a big fan of somebody in particular, and you always talk about it's hard to get them like a dual combination, sometimes signature. So I bought you something for your wedding. So I want you to open this up here. So I'm going to have you open up. You have to give me the camera while you open it up.
Okay.
So we're going to flip this around, and I want to make sure I'm doing good, Jordan. So there we go. So Jordan, I'm going to have you open this up.
Man, this is so nice of you.
You got it. No, I appreciate this because I want you to have a piece of memorabilia also. Oh. So it's signed by somebody, and I think you'll appreciate who it's signed by.
Cheech and Chong.
That's right. I know.
That is awesome, man. I love it.
I know you're a fan of that.
I am. I'm a huge fan. My dad and I used to watch these movies when I was a kid, starting with Nice Dreams. So as soon as I got this in my hand, I just thought of, save the whales. Hey, pretty mama, save those whales. Dude, thank you.
You're welcome.
Katie's going to be so thrilled.
You're welcome. I just want to say I'm a big fan of your shows and keep them up. And
so nice
somebody might watch this something a year later or so, but this is really cool. So congratulations on your wedding, and I hope you add it to your collection. And
we are proud to add it. Thank you.
You got it. You got it.
All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed everything you saw. It's quite a collection in one man's house, but he loves collecting, and I'm glad that he does because he lets me share it with all of you guys. So I want to thank Kristen for becoming my newest Patreon, and thank you everyone for watching. We will see you all next time. Have a great night, and goodbye.